morning. I request that we be upstanding for the national anthem, after which we will have the East African national anthem, and then we will have a prayer led by Waweru Gishui.
As we are standing, I request us to bow our heads for prayer. We want to thank you, our God, this morning, the 18th of January, 2021, because many are the plans in a man's mind, but it is yours to bring them to fruition. So we are standing before you, asking you to be our guide, to be our God, to protect us, to help us maintain what we saw and took an oath onto, to protect the profession, to do our best as always as advocates and members of the Law Society. So we welcome you in every of our deliberations, we welcome you in every of our discussions to the very end. We pray for your protection, we pray for your power and a supply of grace to be with us as we start in the middle and to the very end. And when you do that, we'll be careful to offer thanks in the end. We pray this, trusting and believing in your name, and we pray, amen.
Thank you. We may be seated. I will now hand over the ceremony to the President to call the meeting to order.
Thank you, Madam Mercy Wambua. Good morning, learned friends, and welcome to this special general meeting. Could you project the online platform so that we also welcome those who are joining us online? With me here are the council members. Perhaps they could just introduce themselves. From my left towards myself, and then from my far right towards myself. We'll start from my far left. Introduce yourself and greet our colleagues.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Beth Michoma, Upcountry Representative.
Good morning, learned friends. My name is Kipkoech Bernard Ngetich. I serve here as a council member in the Upcountry category. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I am Aileen Aluso Ingachi. Thank you all for coming for today's meeting. I look forward to fruitful deliberations. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Caroline Modeu, your Nairobi representative. Thank you for coming and welcome.
Shikamoo wenzangu, naitwa Riziki Mkule, mwakilishi wenu wa Pwani. Asanteni sana.
Good morning, colleagues. My name is Okenyo Mwanza. I serve as the General Member Representative. Thank you for your time.
Good morning, colleagues. My name is Herin Kabita. I serve as a General Member Representative.
Good morning. I'm Esther Angawa, Upcountry Representative.
Good morning, everyone. Caroline Kamendo Daudi, Vice President. I welcome you all to today's special general meeting. Thank you.
My name is Nelson Harvey. Now, we have a hybrid SGM where a number have joined physically and a number are struggling to join online. Madam Wambua, could you tell us so far how many have been admitted and how many are pending? Because I will seek that we make a decision on the way forward so that we do not disenfranchise those who are struggling to log in. How many had applied? The last I checked was about 5,000.
Yes, as at 11 a.m., we had 5,259 registered, approved 4,230, and as at now we have 2,500 who have already joined online.
How many are outstanding?
Around 600.
Okay, the main concern appears to be that some of these members do not have a registered Zoom account. Of course, there are those that the scrutiny has indicated they are not eligible to vote for the reason that they do not hold a practicing certificate as at the end of December 2020. The options available to us is to continue admitting them one by one, or to open the gates so that everybody gets in. The disadvantage of that is that we may have strangers in the meeting. what do you propose we do? I will take 3 proposals. You can raise up your hand, or if you are online, you can also raise your hand online so that I can take your view. Madam VP, are you able to see anybody online? I'm squinting to see, but I can't see nothing. There being no contribution, what are they saying? Is that Levi Munyeri? Okay.
I hope I'm audible now. Thank you, Mr. President.
I don't think the platform will capture you. Perhaps who are the enablers of this machine? You could put it in a central position so that, okay, very well. Go on, Levi.
Thank you, Mr. President. Levi Munyeri is my name. Concerning what we should do by failure of our colleagues to join the online platform, Mr. President, I propose that the gates be opened. Some basic scrutiny can be done at the gate to ensure whoever comes in is our colleague. Your Honor, Mr. President. Sorry, I'm just from addressing a court. Disenfranchising a member of the society who pays subscription fees is a very serious issue and can impute to the legality of this process. Let any member be allowed at the gate upon some form of verification as he's trying to work on the online platform. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. My proposal is that we proceed because there is quorum.
Okay. Let's balance the gender. Pass the mic to Angela.
With your kind permission, Mr. President, may we request that the members introduce themselves for the purpose of the record. Just your name before you speak.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Angela Mwadumbo. I would propose that we make the online, I want to assume that the gates previous council was talking about are the online gates. Maybe we make the meeting open, then all the members who had registered can participate online, like that verification. If there's a way of bypassing it, we bypass such that members can get a link where if they click in, they just join the meeting.
Let me have one more lady. Mr. Kinyariri, you can change your gender, become a lady and submit. But in the meantime, I'll reserve that slot for a lady. Madam, is that Christy Aboso? Very well.
Now, the only problem with Angela's proposal.
Wait for the mic.
Thank you so much, Mr. President. My name is Christa Beleboso. Now, while I would agree with Angela's proposal, the only problem I have with it is that we must have a verification method. In fact, even before we start this particular meeting, Mr. President, you need to tell us who is in charge of the online platform, who's actually controlling it, even as we speak right now. And we also need to know, are the members who've joined that platform advocates, and do they have a practicing certificate as of 2020, as of last year? So, I mean, Mwadumbo, I think, your proposal, we can't just open it for anyone without a verification. And we must also be told who exactly is in charge of this online platform. Who's controlling it? Yes.
Kenyariri, you will close, then we'll make a decision.
Yeah, perhaps what I'll suggest is that you see some of the things that we want to discuss today affect people who are advocates, as I may say, 1 year or 2 years back. So allow them to be online. Not only those who have practice certificate right now, there are those who had when some issues were not very good. So let them join; they will be affected. In other words, let them join.
Sorry, there are 2 of our council members who are joining us online. Madam Roslyn Odede and Madam Faith Odhiambo. Madam Roslyn Odede and Faith Odhiambo, if you could introduce yourselves and greet your members before we proceed. We are now considering the question as to whether or not to open the gate, because the verification process is taking ages. We'll start with Faith, then we conclude with Roslyn. Enable them. Enable Faith.
As the Nairobi representative, and it's a pleasure to see all of you who have joined, and we look forward to fruitful deliberations.
Thank you, Faith. Madam Roslyn.
Good morning, members. My name is Roslyn Odede. I represent seniors over 25 years of practice in council. Karibuni sana to this meeting. Thank you, President.
Now, oh, sorry. Dinda, welcome. Could you greet your people?
Good morning, everybody. I'm Dinda Kinyili, upcountry representative. Looking forward to fruitful deliberations.
Now, this SGM is a CPD earning SGM with 1 point, I believe. It's only those members who qualify to get a CPD who will get that CPD. And also, if a vote is required, then it's only those members who hold a practicing certificate as at December 2020 who will be required to vote. Opening the gates has consequences. Those are the consequences. I will ask by a show of hands, do we open the gates or we close the gates? Those in favor, say aye.
Mr. President, before you proceed, the members online are complaining about no sound.
My sound?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't do anything about my soprano. Perhaps you modulate it a little bit louder. Is it louder now?
They can't hear anything. They couldn't hear anything. Perhaps you've gotten back online. It's not about your soprano.
Okay, they can now hear me. I had indicated that this is a CPD earning, CPD point earning SGM, in respect of which only members who have a practicing certificate as of December 2020 are eligible to participate and earn that point. And further, in the event that a poll is to be taken, only members who have a practicing certificate will be eligible to vote. Opening the floodgates will impact those two considerations. But this being a members' meeting, I propose that we see by a show of hands or acclamation those in favor of opening the floodgates. Those in favor say aye. Those against say nay.
Nay. Sorry, Mr. President, to interject. How then do we capture the people who are online on this vote, on this kind of a vote?
Well, the nays have carried the day. So we'll proceed from that premise.
Sorry, Mr. President.
Mr. President,
I'm trying to
Aluso
ensure.
Ingati here, and I wish to object to the manner in which you're proceeding. We have members at the beginning of this meeting. You told us that we have 2,000 members logged in. So you cannot purport to take a vote or an acclamation or lack of it of members who are physically present. You mentioned about 300, yet online, as at the beginning of this meeting, you said we have about 2,000 members. You need to hear them as well. Thank you.
Okay, fine. I want the members who are online to raise your hands if you are in favor of opening the gates. No, we'll have an orderly meeting. We've taken the poll here. We're trying to see what they are saying online. Can you scroll it? Aluso Ingati, I hope you're following the chart. It's nay, 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 nay.
Mr. President, whether it is nay or yes is irrelevant. All I'm saying is we have members online who are participating in this meeting, and they must be heard. And President, as much as the members present, the 300 or so of them would want to shout me down, they have every right to do that. However, President, I speak for the 2,000 members who are attending online. And yes, if they have voted no, that is okay. All I am saying is that they must be heard in this poll. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm counting the nays. They're in thousands. Huh?
Members, kindly let's maintain some order and decorum. What Aluso says is a valid point. So let's not shout down Aluso. Let's wait for members to vote online.
Thank you, Madam Vice President.
Amen to the President. Thanks.
Structure the vote.
Mr. President, I just want to make a contribution.
You will resume your seat, Kyoko, if that is your name. Resume your seat. We are taking contributions online.
I just wanted to make a suggestion on how we should carry out this vote. If we are going to poll, we just raise a poll question, then people vote on it. That will give credence to this. Instead of people voting on the chat and the chat platform, you raise a poll, people vote on it, then we get a clear structure on how the numbers are going to have decided.
Kyoko, if you read the regulations, they will tell you the president has the power to determine how a decision is made, either by acclamation or by poll. Acquaint yourself with the regulations. Thank you. Fine. I think we're good to go. The nays have it. So we'll proceed from that premise. Madam Mercy Wambua, if you could read the notice calling today's meeting, we proceed from there. Madam Wambua?
Give us a moment. I will read the notice. To all members of the Law Society of Kenya, notice dated 18th December 2020. Notice is hereby given pursuant to Section 31(1)(b) of the Law Society of Kenya Act 2014 that a special general meeting of the Law Society of Kenya shall be held on the 18th January 2021 at 11 a.m. via Zoom platform and physical at the Law Society of Kenya offices along Gitanga Road, Nairobi. Agenda: to approve the appointment of Grant Thornton as the Society's external auditor for the purposes of auditing the accounts of the Society for the period 1st January 2020 to 31st December 2020, pursuant to Regulation 52 of the Law Society of Kenya, General Regulations 2020. Agenda number 2, elections of 6 members to serve in the Elections Board for the election of the female member representative of the Judicial Service Commission. Agenda number 3, elections of 6 members to serve in the Elections Board for the election of members of the Advocates Disciplinary Committee. Agenda number 4, to consider and approve the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, as the electoral body to conduct by secret ballot the elections for the female member representative of the Law Society of Kenya to the Judicial Service Commission and members of the Advocates Disciplinary Committee to be held on 25th March 2021. Agenda number 5, to make a resolution indicating the law firms or lawyer to appear for the Law Society of Kenya in petition number E087 of 2020 and petition number E090 of 2020, pursuant to the court order made on 17th December 2020 by Mr. Justice James Rika, and we provided the link for access of the ruling by order of the council signed by myself. That is the notice for the meeting convened today.
Thank you, Madam Mercy Kalondu Wambua. We need to adopt this agenda before we start dealing with the individual items enumerated therein. Who proposes the Mutoro? Is that Brian Mutoro?
Yes. I would love a microphone.
Yeah, look for a mic and snatch it from whoever has it.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Brian Mutoro. Just have a brief proposal, or before we adopt the agenda, more of an amendment to the agenda. I would wish to propose that the first motion, which reads, to approve the appointment of Grant Thornton as the Society's external auditor for purposes of auditing the accounts of the Society for the period 1st January 2020 to 31st December 2020, pursuant to Regulation 52 of the Law Society of Kenya, General Regulations 2020. Now the amendment is to include and the appointment of Parker Randall East Africa to conduct the forensic audit of the accounts of the Society in terms of the engagement letter dated 9th November 2020 and table the forensic audit report before the annual general meeting of the society for 2021. Thank you.
Under Regulation 81, a motion on the floor may be amended by a proposer and seconder. Is there anybody who wants to second that amendment? What is your name? Mercy Atieno? Okay, fine.
Good afternoon, members. Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Aoko Tieno, and I wish to second that amendment to the agenda. Thank you.
I can see many other people seconding online. I think they are thirding, fourthing, and fifthing. So the motion is amended in the manner proposed by Mr. Brian Mutoro. Is there anybody else? What is your name? Oh, Mano Osea. Go on.
Mr. President, I wish to propose a second amendment to motion number 5 to be amended to read as follows: to make a resolution indicating the law firms or lawyer to appear for the Law Society of Kenya in petition number E087 of 2020 and petition number E090 of 2020, pursuant to the court order made on the 17th of December 2020 by Mr. Justice James Rika, and further, the law firms or lawyer to appear for the Law Society of Kenya in JR application number E1146, Gad Aguko versus Nelson Harvey and others, and JR application number E1100, Allen Wayaki Gishuhi versus Law Society of Kenya, pleadings in E087, and the ruling accessible here, pleadings in E090.
The same criteria applies. The motion may be amended upon a proposal and a seconder. Is there a seconder to this? We'll take this is Oliver Kipchumba. We'll take Oliver, then we'll take Gatundu. Oliver, go on.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. I stand to emphatically second the amendment by my colleague Mano. Thank you.
Fine. We can hear Senior Alex Gatundu.
Mine is a housekeeping intervention on the way we are conducting the business of this meeting, and particularly on the issue of taking poll. You'll discover that already we have taken some decisions on 2 amendments to 2 motions, yet they are online participants, and we need to be very careful with the way we are handling and treating the online participants. Like Aluso said, we cannot afford to disenfranchise these participants. What we are doing here is that we are going through the motions in a very speedy manner without regard to the online participants. Mr. President, let me ask a very simple question. When you are taking a vote, you have to have numbers. They have to be registered in the minutes by Madam Mercy Wambua. So far, I can almost guarantee all of you, upon my own personal discernment, that so far we have not indicated the numbers in terms of votes so far taken. We have to be very careful. Let us not hurry up, Mr. President, on this motion. Let us take time on every business, on every transaction. Let there be numbers. Take numbers, both online and physical. As Aluso said, Aluso knew where we were heading. We also know where we are heading. We need to be very careful with these online participants. We are not the only people who are participating in this SGM. Let us not disenfranchise. In fact, they are more than us. We are, I think, around 200 here. These people are 2,000, more than 2,000. So let's be careful. Let us register their poll. And someone else from that corner said, we need a poll. You need a poll. You cannot poll on a chat. That's not how we conduct this business, online business. You all are aware how we do it. So let's just create a poll, Madam Mercy, where people now will be polled so that you can even indicate the number. Without numbers, you will have a problem with these minutes, Mr. President. You will have a major problem with these minutes. Thank you.
Yeah, just a minute, Madam Mideva. Let's take that Ogada Meso, and then we'll conclude with Madam Mideva.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a problem with what Mr. Gatundu is suggesting. First, Madam Eboso asked a question. Who is in charge of the online platform? We all know that the online filing in court was sabotaged. Could someone be sabotaging this one so that the legitimate members cannot enter, so that you open the floodgate, so that Mr. Gatundu can have his way, his people can vote as they want? We will not allow that. The president has made a resolution, yes, and he has taken a vote here. Did he say the numbers? Perhaps you are not in, sir. We will proceed as the president directs. Thank you.
Madam Eboso, they will say that I'm favoring you, but anyway, just a minute, Madam Eboso, then is that Godric? We'll take Madam Eboso, then Godric. Gatundu, there's only one chair of the meeting. Can we have order? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, again, Mr. Boso. Now, the only problem, again, I have with Gatundu, and it is a problem that I've raised when we started the meeting, that we cannot start creating polls when we can't even verify that online system. That until the online system is verified, we are not going to create any polls. Then we would rather than deal with the members who are here and who can be verified. That we must verify that online system because we know we have very many interests. And Mr. President, as far as I'm concerned, we need to know who is in charge of the online system. And I mean, even with those members who logged in, how sure are we that those are actually the Law Society of Kenya members? And we cannot have a situation where non-members are going to vote. Then let us deal with the numbers that are here. Let us deal with lawyers that can be verified here, because we are not going to take any polls when we cannot verify that system. And we need to know who is in charge of it before we even start. Please, Ms. Wambua.
We will close with Godric.
Sorry, Mr. President. I can say
thank you very much.
Coming that we involve people who are online. There are people who want to speak online.
Godric will go on.
So I should be dismissed because there are people online. Allow me to talk. Thank you very much. My name is Okelo Godric, Council Member, West Kenya Branch. I think we should not concentrate on the minimus things here. There is a problem with LSK, and that's why we came all the way here. My predecessor speaker, short is written there that let's solve this thing as adults. I will say that let's solve it as professionals. We are here, let's square these things very fast and avoid the sideshows. Let's have those who are present here deliberate on issues. With those who are online, I can also attest that there are problems. Even my members are complaining right now that even non-members can join online, while practicing advocates take time to join. So there's a problem with that. And the motions were given to members. Those who are willing to come, let them come. If there are technicalities of internet, we cannot solve that. Even in court, we cannot do that. Let's handle it with those who are here and move on. There are court orders that we have to comply with on issues of law firms to represent LSK. Those are decisions that we have to make. There are timelines. And we also have things to do. Today is a Monday. Some of us have sacrificed. We had matters in court. So let us avoid these diminished things. Let us make decisions and move on very fast.
Right, thank you. I will take a few interventions online. Enable Justice Wabuyabo to speak. Justice Wabuyabo. Could you enable Justice Wabuyabo? And Christine Kipsang, be on standby to speak after Justice Wabuyabo.
Hello? Hello, can I be heard? Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chair, for the opportunity to speak. I have a brief contribution. The notice convening this meeting clearly indicated that the meeting will be hybrid. Am I being heard? I'll continue. The notice clearly indicated that the meeting will be hybrid, that members could join online, and those who desire to come physically to the LSK offices will come. And therefore, due respect must be given to members who have opted to attend the meeting online.
Mr. Wabuyabo, just get to the point.
To have an online meeting.
No, get to the point.
Every effort should have been made to ensure that if a question requires a vote, those who are attending virtually should have an opportunity to express their position on the matter. And I think the online meetings have gained strength all over the world, and we have features that allow for members who are
thank you, Wabuyabo. Madam Wambua, give the microphone to Kipsang.
Those of us who are attending online, we should be given an opportunity to express our position
Thank
on
you.
all issues that require voting. Thank you.
Thank you.
Chair.
Madam Wambua, enable Madam Kipsang. Thereafter, enable Professor Tom Ojenda. Tom Ojenda, be on standby. Kipsang.
Yes, Honorable President, Deputy President, Council members, and members present, I take this opportunity to say thank you for giving me this chance to speak. I've been putting my hand up for some time. But however, I want to say that because the notice was very clear, like the way Justice has just said,
We lost you, Madam Kipsang. Could you pick up from where you are?
yes, I'm saying I've managed to log into many Zoom meetings, international and local.
Madam Kipsang, just get to the point. We all have that background. Get to the point.
We have a poll for every subsector or subtopic after we have finished sampling.
Order,
I think
Alex.
even with the way we are going, we'll continue arguing, but let's have the voice of the reason such that we just create a poll so that the members in the online platform can be able to be heard too. Because we can put our P105 number if you want us that, and then we can still give a poll, because the poll questions can be only like 3 or 4 questions, and one of them will indicate whether you should put your P105 number. Please allow us to participate. Each person has a right to participate in this session.
Agreed, Kipsang. The reason why you are speaking is because I've enabled that online platform. We will take the last intervention from the online platform. Professor Tom Ojenda, enable him, please. I think some of the fears that were being raised are now manifesting. Could somebody please enable Professor Tom Ojenda to speak?
He's already enabled.
Could you assist him to speak? Seems like...
Professor Ojenda, could you kindly speak? You are enabled. Like 5 minutes ago, you are enabled. Since then, please speak. We can't hear you. Professor Ojenda, can you hear me? Please speak. here. He's unable to speak.
Madam Wambua, as we go on, remember, we said the registration approval will go on for those who had already applied.
Yes, it's going on.
Okay.
Go slow.
Professor
Because of
Ojenda?
the numbers.
Fine. The amendments to item number 5 in the motion is adopted. Mr. Bithi, what did you have in mind? Item 5 in the agenda is amended in the manner proposed by Jose Manuel. Mr. Bithi, could you go on?
In the name of Professor Ojenda. And we are just calling Christy.
Professor, Prof, you know you are on speaker. Mercy has actually clicked on you so that you can start speaking, but you're not speaking. So you need to speak. He's saying because apparently he has not logged in.
No, members. Okay, we will have order. We, as the council, we had given the secretariat a directive to give us periodic updates of the application and verification, effective Friday at 5. Unfortunately, we haven't gotten those. That's the reason why we had to make the decision we made today. Life has to go on.
President,
Now,
with you is a list of advocates who have been logged in from as at 11.
Provided today.
A page that is close, a bundle of close to 100 pages, a similar document like this. You have one, I can give you this one.
I have it. I was provided
thank
today.
you.
It's not conclusive. Helen Renjara, did I see you raise your hand? Mbithi? I'll get back to you in just a minute.
President, I want to still amend the agenda because I have a motion that I filed together with my colleagues, which was served to the secretary on 22nd December 2020. So I move to amend the agenda to include that particular motion which was served. Thank you.
Is there anybody else with a motion? We can confirm as a council we received 3 motions. Is there anybody else with a motion? There was a motion from, because we need to put them all there if the movers are here so that they are part of the agenda. We had a motion from Gad Daguko dated the 8th of January 2021. Is Gad Daguko here? Gad, if you could stand up, do you want it addressed? Pardon?
I would wish to have it amended as part of the agenda.
Okay, perfect. Katundu, usitembea hapa haraka haraka sana. There's a gentleman by the name Mashina Brian Kinywa, a motion dated the 14th of January 2021. Brian, are you here? If you are online, raise up your hand so that I can pick you. Brian? Brian? Okay, we will take the 2 motions by Mbithi and Group. Pardon?
I seek to address members as the secretary to the AGM.
Madam Wambua, hold your peace for a minute. I can see a hand up.
Thank you. I hope you will give me an opportunity to put important information on record.
We will?
Thank you.
Okay. If you could stand up so that I see you.
Mr. President,
Yes.
my name is Mary Muigai.
Mary, go on.
Yes, and I have not put a written, I've not put in a written, what is it called?
Motion.
The motion. But, Mr. President, after what happened on Friday, while we are here squabbling, arguing about who talks, who speaks, who is fake, who is not, the law has faced incredible assault. We have seen it. The judiciary has been complacent, and they have allowed the law to be assaulted. We are lawyers. If you bring up your child to be a footballer, and they go online and learn to play football, but there's no football field, where will they practice that football? Mr. President, we are lawyers. We are trained to practice law. Where are we going to practice law if judges will assault the law? If you don't know what law to follow? Fellow lawyers, I appeal to you. We need to rethink how we do what we do. We have a duty to this country. The executive and the judiciary will take over, and the rule of law will have no place. Where will you be then? Where will you squabble? That is my motion.
But Madam Mugai has raised a valid point. How do you want to frame your motion? Just frame it. I don't want to speculate, but just frame it so that we can put it in the agenda. Frame it.
Mr. President, it's not working.
Madam Mugai, as you frame it, put it in a way in which we can have a resolution that is capable of enforcement. For instance, your lamentation is about the manner in which the judiciary is being abused. So frame it towards a particular goal.
Mr. President and members, I would like to frame a motion.
Madam Wambo, a minute, what is coming from Madam Mary Mugai? Go on, Madam
That
Mugai.
this meeting do consider the action to take to confront the assault of the rule of law executed by the executive through the county government of Nairobi and aided by 2 judges. The lawyers who will be appointed to handle the other matters previously mentioned to take up the action as found necessary by the meeting.
Thank you, Madam Mary Mugai. Is there a proposer that the 3 motions have excluded the one of Machina because it's not here? Is it Machina? I've excluded the motion by Machina because it's not here. So who proposes that the 3 motions, Mbithi and Company, Gada
President.
Guko, just a minute, Aluso,
I have a
and,
motion as well.
Mary Mugai. Now that Aluso has a motion, perhaps we just add it there. What is your
Yes.
motion, Aluso?
Thank you, President. Based on the precedent that has been set on this floor, I wish for this meeting to adopt this motion that
the appointment of Dr. Daniel Wanjao to the Capital Markets Authority to serve in the Working Group 3 of the Capital Markets Master Plan, as was done by the President of the Law Society of Kenya, Mr. Nelson Harvey, without the same being advertised to the membership, without giving an opportunity to members to apply for the same, and having addressed this issue in the council meeting for this appointment to be revoked for failure to comply with the regulations on nomination of members to public and private bodies, I would like a motion to be put to the floor for this appointment to be revoked and any other that the President has appointed without including the members of the society and without following the regulations that give direction on how this nomination should be done to be revoked. The documents to be relied on are in custody of the Council and the CEO. However, there is a letter dated 1st October 2020 signed by the President, Nelson Andai Harvey, giving that appointment. And also there's a letter dated 16 September 2020 that was sent to the society on 18 September 2020 and signed by Mr. Wycliffe Shamaya. We had a council meeting in December that agreed to revoke this appointment, and that has not been done to date. And we have already had 2 council meetings in the month of January 2021. I move that motion as a member of the Law Society of Kenya and also as a member of this council who has raised this issue consistently in the council, and the same has not been dealt with. Thank you. Now, I also would like to record my dissatisfaction with the manner in which the proceedings of this meeting are being conducted, and I would like that to go on record as Eileen Aluso Ngati, member of this society and council member of the society as well. P105 number 10769/14. Madam CEO, I am reading that so that you can record in your proceedings. The notice that was sent to members on this special general meeting was clear that the meeting will be virtual and physical. We have members in the chat group who are complaining that they want to speak. When this meeting began, the President said that we have 2,000 advocates logged in. He has a list of advocates who are logged in as at when we were starting the meeting, but the members who are logged in virtually are not being given a chance to participate in this meeting. They are not being heard. That is not proper, and I wish to disassociate myself totally with this manner of proceeding. I would like also to state that there is a colleague, I'm not sure what your name is, who had proposed the manner in which we should conduct the poll for the members who are logged in by taking a poll. That is the modus operandi that was adopted during the annual general meeting of the society, which was also virtual and physical. It was a hybrid one like this one. Poll questions were set, and members voted on the same for those who are attending virtually. I do not know why this meeting is so different from the last annual general meeting. So that is my dissatisfaction in the manner of proceeding, and I would like that to go on record, and also for my motion to be admitted as part of the agenda. Thank you.
Thank you. We now have a total of 4 motions.
Like to speak.
Who is on his feet?
This is Faith Odhiambo. Online.
Okay, we'll take Faith Odhiambo. We'll conclude with no. Under the regulations, you cannot speak twice on an item. So I will take Faith Odhiambo. I will conclude with Jamator, and then we'll have somebody proposing the inclusion of the 4 motions in the. Godric, it's okay. So we'll take Faith first, and as we take Faith, Madam Wambua, much as they may want to paint us as despotic, your system is not working. Chairman Ajigo Ochang from Nakuru says that my account has now been locked for multiple failed attempts to log in. Friends, I'm not in charge of the online platform, so don't attribute blame on me. My work is a political job. The Secretariat is the one in charge of the bureaucracy of the society. Faith Odhiambo, go on.
I would like to raise my dissatisfaction in the manner that the President is conducting this meeting We have 3,000 members that are online. These members have been verified through the system that the council passed, through their PF 105 numbers, and also that they have a practicing certificate. I do not understand the reason why members are being locked out. We did polling during the annual general meeting, and this is, I find it has been fashioned to clearly ensure that only the members that have come physically will vote. 300 members as opposed to 3,000 members. This is ridiculous. This is not a special general meeting. It is a meeting for selective members. If we're having a special general meeting, the majority should be allowed to have their voices heard. We cannot have only 300 members that have been carried to the secretariat as opposed to 3,000 members who are taking their time and on this Monday are also joining the SGM. We have said that this is a hybrid system and therefore all members
friends, order.
All members must be allowed to vote. This is the system that we have used before, and this is the system that should be carried through. This is a ridiculous process if you're locking out 3,000 members for 300 members. And that is my position.
I want to put you on speaker. Please cut off. No, just a minute. Jemator, and then there's somebody who's trying to get online. I want that person to speak through the phone.
Thank you, Mr.
Jemator,
President.
just a minute, now that she's here. Wakili, I'll put you on speakerphone, say your name and make your contribution. Go on.
My name is Lina Mora. I just want to be included at the SGM. I'm unable to join.
Okay, Lina Mora.
Ogero.
What is your P105?
17867/20.
Just pronounce it slowly. We are not copy type paste. 17? 17, 6, 7, stroke 20.
Yes.
Okay, did you have any contribution to make as we admit your application?
No, I'll make once I've already been included.
Thank you.
Okay.
Jemator, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. President. I think one thing that comes out very clear is that the notice that was sent to the members confirms that this meeting is supposed to be both a virtual meeting and a physical meeting. You are taking our votes by virtue of us being here physically. What about the votes of the people who are already on the online platform? Kindly create a poll, which you did last year, so that members can vote and we also hear their voice. As we are dealing with the other challenges of the members who are trying to join in virtually, that is okay. But the members who are already there, please take their vote. That's the first issue. The second issue is that this is a special general meeting. It is limited to the 5 agenda items that you gave us. By opening up this meeting to receive all manner of motions, we will leave here tomorrow at midnight. Because each one of us have individual motions that we want to push. But this meeting that was called by the council is limited and exclusive to these 5 agenda items. Can you please rule on that and take a poll on both of those of us who are here physically and those who are online? Through the poll, Mr. President, I urge you, the thing of people voting yes, no, it can't work. If we want to get legitimacy of this meeting and credibility of members' votes, allow a poll to happen virtually and also take our votes here physically. Thank you.
We need to stop the interventions. After I've ruled, we'll proceed to somebody who will propose the addition of those 4 motions. Are they 4 or 5, including the one of... Just hold on. Are they 4 or 5 motions? 5. I will need somebody to propose and second them. But in the meantime, let me give a short ruling on the issues raised.
I had requested to be given an opportunity to put a vital information on record before. It will be important to have this go on record before you put in your ruling.
Okay, very well, Madam Wambua.
Members, on the 18th of December 2020, the council did issue a notice to you, notifying you of the special general meeting to be held today, containing the 5 agenda items as I have read them. This special general meeting is pursuant to a council meeting that resolved that this special general meeting be convened specifically for these 5 agenda items. Members, I will refer you to Regulation 74 of the Law Society of Kenya General Regulations, which provides that there are 2 forms of general meetings. That is, ordinary general meeting and special general meeting. Regulation 76 provides for the timelines within which members can submit motions during an ordinary general meeting. Notices for general meetings do recognize that there is an agenda for motions from members. In the agenda forwarded to you, a notice by council calling this special general meeting, there is no agenda item for members to issue or submit motions for consideration during this general meeting. And therefore, in line with the Law Society of Kenya Act, Section 31(1)(b), read together with Regulation 74 of the Law Society of Kenya General Regulations and Regulation 76 of the Law Society of Kenya General Regulations 2020, it is my considered opinion as the Secretary to the General Meeting that the motions, members' motions, are not admissible for consideration during a special general meeting. All members of the Law Society of Kenya, numbering to 17,000, ought to have been given a notice such that each and everyone who would have intended to have any motion considered during the special general meeting would do that. And that's why members' motions are specifically, the regulations have specifically left members' motions to be considered during an ordinary general meeting. It is therefore my humble submission that that be put in record, and members do have that in mind as they make their decision today. Thank you.
Please don't raise your hand. We had agreed I will make a ruling on this issue, then you'll take somebody to oppose and second. Friends, the reason why we are gathered here is because of the decision made on the 17th of December 2020 by Honorable Mr. Justice James Rika. In that decision, the Honorable Judge came to the conclusion that the general membership of the society is the supreme authority of the society, empowered to make all decisions, including decisions that will ordinarily be made by the council, in particular when there is an apparent division in the council. There was an apparent division in the council, which has persisted to date. For that reason, there have been several attempts by members to requisition meetings which have been thwarted, primarily because of that division. That notwithstanding, and bearing in mind the express provision of Section 16 of the Law Society of Kenya Act, anything that can be done by the council may be done by the general members. And if authority is needed for that preposition in law, all you require is to acquaint yourself with the provisions, sorry, not the provisions, with the text by Gawa on modern company law, which you'll find at page 374. Let it go on record as the legal evidence upon which this ruling is made. You can also refer to the decision in Baron versus Porter, 1 Chancery, page 895. Friends, is there precedence that motions have been moved in a special general meeting? Yes, there's abundant precedence. There was a special general meeting that was held on the 15th of September 2018, requisitioned by the council, and in respect of which 2 motions were submitted by members. This objection that is being raised by Gemator and Madam Mercy Wambua is therefore without any basis whatsoever. In conclusion, and so far as the business of this meeting shall be undertaken, I want to refer you again to Regulation 82 on the manner of decision making. Regulation 82(1), during a general meeting, and you can include their special general meeting, every issue on which a decision is required shall be decided in the first instance by a show of hands, when every member present in person shall be entitled to 1 vote. Present in person. 2, unless a poll is directed by the President or demanded by at least 3 members, a declaration by the President that the resolution or decision has been adopted or not adopted or not adopted by a particular majority, etc., shall be the decision of that meeting. And then if you were to look at Regulation 83(3), in all cases of dispute, doubt, or difficult, respecting or arising out of matters of procedure or order, the decision of the President shall be final and conclusive. We shall therefore take a proposer and seconder insofar as those 4 motions are concerned.
President, Mr. Kennedy Muraga, who is online, is requesting to move a motion.
Mr. President, could I speak in relation to what you have just said?
Madam Rosalind Odede.
Thank you, President. President, your ruling seems to indicate that only people who are present in person will be allowed to poll. Does that therefore mean that the 3,000 of us online are being reduced to observers? Yes. If that is the case, Mr. President, then we might as well leave the SGM at this point, because our role here is just to watch, and yet the entire meeting involves polling for various issues. What is our role as members present at this meeting?
Mr. Katudu, if you don't want to participate in the EGM, you're free to go.
Present in person, is being online not being present in person? Because this meeting was advertised as a meeting that is both virtual and physical. So our virtual presence is actually being present at the meeting, and we therefore need to be permitted to vote and poll. And if you're not going to allow us to participate in a poll, then I would recommend that everyone online leaves the meeting. Because we are not present, we are not part of the meeting. You're making a sham of this, Mr. President, and you're making a joke of us who are present online. It is not fair, it is not proper. Kindly rethink your decision.
Okay, fine.
Asante.
You did not apprehend what I read?
What? You said in person. We have apprehended it very well.
A poll is taken by a show of hands, so we'll pick the show of hands. Now, will somebody propose and second?
President, with respect, Eileen Aluso Ingati here, you will not purport to take a show of hands for members who are physically present, yet you are ignoring members who are virtually present. I do not know how you will take their show of hands while they are virtual without taking a poll. President, you must show leadership to this society. You must acknowledge your members who are both physically present and those who are virtually present as well. President, you sent a notice to members.
A notice on a virtual and
exactly. Yes. You sent a motion that was virtual attendance
and
attendance. So, President, you must show leadership. You must lead your bias towards this society. You will listen to me because I am a member of this society. Equal rights as you are. I have every right to address this meeting as you people are. President, you must acknowledge the members who are attending this meeting virtually. President, you must acknowledge the members who are attending this physically present, yet you ignore the members of the society. What are you doing?
Please, order.
Mithi, what are you doing?
What is Mithi doing? What is
Mr. President, you cannot make a mockery of the membership. Yes. You have to consider and not allow you to member your microphone. Because you consider the members connected microphone. Listen now. Mr. President.
And everybody knows how to shout. Let us shout. Disconnect everything. Disconnect everything. Everybody knows how to shout. To our quality.
Kindly sit down. Aluso. Godric. Members, kindly take your seats. Members, kindly take your seats. Please take your seats. Aluso. Please sit down. Please, Aluso, I'm going to make a decorum. Please sit down.
Take your seats. No. Let Aluso be. Take your seats. Take your seats, friends. Take your seats. 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 Oliver. Take your seats. Take your seats. Mercy Wambua, take your seats. Okay. Take your seats. Linda, take your seats. Take your seat. Everybody sit down. Take your seats. seats, take your seats. Take your seats. Take. No. No, put the microphone for her. Now stop shouting on my face,
You can't sit on a table.
Aya, let's go on. We'll take polls by a show of hands, both here and online.
Yes.
Okay. Will somebody propose? Somebody propose on the be the proposers. Who supports? Pardon?
Mr. President, my apologies. I have to speak out of this mic because mine is out of commission. One thing I will not allow as a female council member is to watch another one being beaten up by your people. We will not allow that, Mr. President. No matter how unpopular somebody's opinion is, we will not beat her up.
Aya. Mercy. Let's go on with the meeting. Let's have an orderly meeting. Becky, you want to propose? No, it's with this motion. Somebody has to propose the amendment.
President, Mr. Kennedy Muruga has indicated online that he has a motion. I think it's only fair before all motions are either seconded, he's given I'm putting information on record. Okay, for the record, Mr. Kennedy Muruga, advocate who is online, has written in the question and answer section that he has a motion.
Okay, fine.
Thank you.
You have a motion? Which one? Did you bring a motion? No, don't give him the microphone. Who proposes the addition of those motions? Who seconds? Fine. It's hereby adopted.
Mr. President,
where were you when it was?
He indicated on the chat question and answer a long time, Mr. President, and I indicated that to the membership.
Let's move on.
No.
Let's move on. So we'll go to the first agenda.
We want to make additional motion.
Yeah. Now we need to adopt the agenda as amended. Who proposes? Madam, who seconds? Who seconds? Who seconds the agenda? Manua seconds. Now we'll have order in this meeting, eh? No. We'll have order in this meeting. Could you please take your seat? No. Yeah, Madam Wambua. Madam Wambua, could you read the...
No.
Okay.
Mr. President, will the people
Fine.
online vote or not? Are you going to listen to them?
We will,
have been asking to speak. Can you allow him to speak, please?
We will pick agenda item number 1 as amended.
Sapere is also asking to speak.
Order, please.
And the PLO be allowed to speak, please, Mr. President?
Don't worry, this is not the first time for the Law Society to have a chaotic meeting. We're used to it. So
Absolutely,
don't worry.
yeah.
We'll make progress.
We also used to it.
We will make progress. Gatundu, if you could respect this table, please. Yeah. So I will. No, we cannot have two people speaking. Whoever is in charge of the IT, please mute whoever is speaking. We have to make progress.
No progress until you agree to send people to
Madam Wambua, let's not have this altercation. Yeah. So I will read item number 1 as amended.
Sorry. No, Mr. President.
To approve the appointments.
The secretary is President, why don't you want to allow members to speak? They are requesting, they are begging to speak. Why don't you just hear them?
Okay.
What will
Okay,
it cost
item
you?
number 1, to approve the appointment of Grant Thornton as the society's external
President, please
auditor
allow your members
for
to
purposes
speak. Seniors
of
like
auditing
PLO are
the
online
accounts.
asking and begging to speak. Would you mind?
The person talking is Madam Roslyn Odede. She's a council member, and she has joined as a panelist, not as a.
You work for us. You work for
Even the ones online also.
Okay. Order, friends. Order.
3,000 online.
Madam Wambua, you will keep quiet, eh?
Yes. No. You cannot silence free speech.
Friends. Order, please.
Want the voice of the people to have a duty to raise the facts.
Okay. Item number 1, to approve the appointment of Grant Thornton as the society's external auditor for purposes of auditing the accounts of the society for the period 1st January 2020 to 31st December 2020, pursuant to Regulation 52 of the Law Society of Kenya, General Regulations 2020, and the appointment of Parker Randall East Africa to conduct the forensic audit of the accounts of the society in terms of the engagement letter dated the 9th of November 2020 and table the forensic audit report before the annual general meeting of the society for 2021. Who proposes?
What are you talking about?
Who proposes?
Proposing what? We want to vote first. We can't hear you.
Who proposes?
What is the question?
Mr. President, are you not taking a vote on the issue? You need to take a vote.
We have so many votes that you are not taking. You cannot move to agendas without having.
Why can't you just let me speak?
No.
President, you need to allow the members online to speak. President, you need to allow the members online to speak. This is an hybrid meeting. You will boo me, but you will allow me to speak. Mr. President, kindly allow members online to participate to the interactions in this meeting. Because they are the majority. We have 3,000 members online. Christy, you can shut me up, but I will speak. It's okay. No, it's okay. You can insult me, but I will make my point. Christy Midibo, I will make my point. This is an hybrid meeting.
Mr. President, please take control of the meeting, knowing that the online members are supposed to be heard.
Madam Riziki, you are out of order.
I'm not out of order, I'm a council member, President.
Chaired by the President. If you maintain
Shut up, my friend.
Madam Riziki, if you want to be part of the audience, you leave this table, you go to the audience.
No, Mr. President, I'm not leaving this table. As a council member, I'm sitting here rightly, and I'll make my contributions. Thank you.
Fine. So let's take contributions on item number 1. Professor Sianya, you want to say something?
Contributions to any item because you're muting out a majority of the
So we'll take interventions from 3 members here and 3 members online.
Mr. Chairman, members. Mr. Chairman, members, we are sick. I'm a 27-year-old member of this bar.
Mr. Sianya, you are
Just
participating
relax.
in an illegality. Can we
One point. This SGM is on the authority of a court order. It is because the council has failed to make certain decisions. And when we are here to be chaired, to be led by the chair. Council members, secretary, council members, we are here as SGM members to be guided by the chair, and he has said we will vote online and offline. That is what is important. Council members, please, we are here because you have failed. We are here by court
Eric Theory. Eric Theory.
At the end of the day, if you're continuing to desecrate the SGM, why should you continue desecrating it? Theory ongea kama chair. The chair Mr. President, I wish this would meet problem because I am sick.
Thank you. Theory, and then after Theory, we are taking 3 people here and 3 people online. So if you want to be the 3rd person to speak physically, and we'll want to balance the gender. So let's have a lady after Mr. Eric Theory. And then those online, be on standby. Let's not just make noise for the purpose of making noise. We need to make progress. So 3 online, be on standby. We'll pick 3. Actually, we'll pick 4 from online. 2 ladies, 2 gentlemen. Eric, go on.
Thank you, Mr. President, for giving me this opportunity. I'm really grateful. I want to agree with you that when we come to this meeting, you give us guidance in terms of the procedure that you're supposed to follow. What is critical at this point, Mr. President, is for us to understand exactly what we are doing as we go into the motions. And my point is this, that there have been amendments which have been moved to the agenda. Have those amendments been adopted? And if they have been adopted, how have they been adopted? The proposal will be that they be adopted by way of a poll, so that we have both the members present here and the members present online voting on a particular question that has been put to the adoption of the agenda.
Mr. Theory,
No,
just a minute, Theory.
Thank
Just a minute, Theory.
Thank you, Mr. President.
No, just
I'll
a minute,
listen
Gatundu, could you
I
allow me
think
to speak to the
let's just
chair?
have some sort of order.
Yeah.
Mr. President, go on.
The amendment, sorry, the 4 motions, the addition to the agenda is a stage that we've already passed.
Yes,
We are not-
Mr.
just a
Mr.
minute, Eric.
Yes.
Yeah. We are now on item number 1 of the motion by the council as amended by the proposal put forth by Brian Mutoro. We are taking, and let's make good use of time. We are taking 3 interventions on the floor physically, then we'll take, we're taking 4, then we'll take 4 interventions virtually. And if you want guidance, those interventions are intended to enable us make a resolution in the manner drafted.
That's fine, Mr. President. I understand you completely.
And you will not take me back to the issue of procedure. The President's decision on how a dispute on procedure is to be handled is final.
But
You will be present and you will be exercising similar rights and
That decision has to be according to the law and regulations. You have to finish.
Okay, fine. Theory, if you could go on.
Mr. President. Mr. President. No. Let us just have some sort of order.
Let's have order here.
Mr. President.
Gatundu, could you allow Mr. Eric Theory to speak?
Mr. President, with tremendous respect, in the event that the proceedings of this meeting are challenged, it is important that the record reflects how we arrived at so we know who have moved the motion to amend. That one is on the record. But how many numbers through a poll have approved those amendments? Mr. President, that information is not here.
Yes.
And I say this, Mr. President, with humility because I understand why we are here. We are here because the council is divided. Let us leave this meeting, hopefully, having made certain steps towards unity. The only way we can unite this council is if we follow the correct procedure so that when we go out there, we can hold our heads up and say that we are a society that is governed by law and by procedure. As it stands right now, Mr. President, in the event of any challenge as to how that amendment was adopted is made, it will fail because a poll has been demanded. Remember, Mr. President, that we are doing a virtual setup where there are members who are online and there are members who are physically present. To hear the voices of the members who are here and to hear the voices of the members who are online, they must be allowed to vote. So, Mr. President, allow me, because my hand has been up for so long, and I thank you because you gave me an opportunity to actually do some little bit of muscle flexing. Allow me to call for a poll under Regulation 82 so that then the agenda is properly adopted. Once we adopt the agenda properly, then we can vote on it. So allow me to request for a poll as required by Regulation 82, and I would ask that I get 2 people to support me in that call so that then we can take a poll as required by the regulations. Thank you, Mr. President, for this opportunity.
I want to support also.
We will not be taken back. Will we have the third contributor?
Yes.
Insofar as item number 1 is concerned?
No, I want to support his
no, we are past that stage. Please, it's okay. Manwa, it's okay. If he wants to speak, let him speak.
Yes, I want to support
but we already
what our
past
chair,
that stage.
Nairobi
so
chair.
Says,
I want to support what our Nairobi chair has proposed, that we take a poll on the amendments that have been proposed on the agenda. The regulation says that we have to have 3 people. I am the second person. Thank you.
Mr. Gatundu, you've served in the council, so you ought to know what the regulations are. Just a minute, Mr. Gatundu. If you read Regulation 84(3), a resolution of the society may be as a consequence of a motion moved by a member or the council, or may arise from a proposal made on the floor on an agenda approved for the day. We are past that stage. So could I have 2 more people to speak? I'll propose that they be of the female gender. Then we go online, take 4. On item number 1. Could we have 2 ladies speak on this issue?
I am of the female gender.
Yes.
I am hesitant to proceed in the manner in which we are proceeding, Mr. President. I think our branch chair has pointed out what seems to be an illegal process in my view, because you are not allowing members to be heard, especially our members who are appearing virtually. Yes, you have proposed to adopt the agenda as it is, but there seems to be an opposition in the manner in which we are proceeding. It is only fair that you allow members of the society, both who are here and those who are appearing virtually, to vote on the issue, Mr. President. They may as well agree to proceed in the manner in which you have proposed. Just allow them to be heard, and then we can proceed with a legitimate process. But as it stands, most of them are saying that this meeting is a sham, Mr. President. Just give them an opportunity to be heard. It is just that simple. Let us have a poll.
Okay, thank you.
If they agree with the opposition, we proceed.
Thank you. You will not determine the manner in which the meeting is to be conducted. The meeting will be conducted in accordance with the law. And I've read what the law is.
But you are not the law, President. The law is
Fine.
in the regulation.
You'll be... Take the mic and speak. Give him the mic.
Thank you. Thank you for being given this opportunity to also
No.
my
Salim,
Mr. President,
the mic was given to your colleague. Could you please hand over the mic to him? It's him.
But
who
Mr.
asked
President,
for the mic.
I've been given the mic legitimately to also make my contribution. No, I am a member just like you, and I need to make my contribution. What's wrong with you? No.
Let him make his contribution.
Thank you.
Now,
Thank you very much.
Say your full names for the record, and then you.
My name is Wangila Waliaula, and I want to make my contribution now. Can I do that? Thank you. Now, Mr. President, we are having a very difficult time understanding your logic in this meeting, because the agenda for the meeting today was clearly communicated to the members, and the CEO, stroke secretary of the council, has given us the breakdown of what those agendas are. We have come here and members have decided to propose additional agendas to the meeting. And you have asked the members who are present here to either accept or refuse the agendas to be amended. But what happens to the members who are online? Are they not members of this society? Are we saying that just because we have huddled ourselves together, Manu and the rest have come together and they can boo us down, so that we should keep quiet as you continue desecrating the society as you are doing right now? Mr. President, there's no reason why this society should fall with you. This society should not come down because you cannot have your way. So we are just saying, Mr. President, that let every member have a voice today. Otherwise, this meeting is illegitimate, and everything that we'll say here will not have any force of law. There's no need for us to be here for nothing. Yeah, thank you. I'm not leaving.
Okay, fine.
You can do me nothing.
Let's take 4 interventions online, insofar as item number 1 is concerned. Madam Wambua, if you could flag, so that I see the members raising their hands. I need to be able to see the individuals so that we give them the opportunity to submit.
Can I submit on that?
Madam Wambua, could you highlight there so that we're able to see?
We have 900 hands up. Tom Kopere, Jackie Manani, Christine Kipsang Justus, Collins Odhiambo, Wilfred Omariba, Eunice Morara, Tumimi Chibororo, Michael, Mudoni Jogu, Alan Odogo, Kirimi.
Madam Wambua, just a minute. Could you project the members online who are raising their hands, so that we give them an opportunity to speak? I didn't ask you to read their names. Highlight their raised hands on the screen so that I see them.
I've raised my hand. You can't see me.
Can you give Kopere the microphone to speak?
Okay.
Can I go ahead?
Yes, go on, Mr. Kopere. We'll take one more gentleman after you, and then two ladies after you, after the gentleman.
Mr. Chairman.
Go on, Mr. Kopere.
Yes, sir. I have sent various heavy questions on the question and answer session. I've been raising my hand. You want a contribution on the first agenda?
Yes.
My contribution on that agenda is that you cannot purport to consider that agenda on an illegitimate meeting. The ruling which you have just delivered about the participation of online members is a total mockery of the entire proceedings of the SGM in relation to participation and voting, and in relation to what agenda can be discussed in this meeting. Without that, then what I had intended and what I have sent is that we are participating in an illegality and the proceedings are likely to be challenged. Then we will go around and start blaming the judiciary for not following the law when we ourselves have chosen not to follow the law. So my participation on that agenda on the appointment is that whatever you can decide on the appointment of an auditor will only be valid if there is a legitimate proceedings which can stand the test of the law. Now, for as long as you're ruling on the participation of over 3,000 online participants remain, the 300 will not be able to make a decision on that appointment without the proceedings being challenged. So I would wish to request you, honestly, at this particular point, that for the last 28 years of practice, I have attended, I think I've missed only 2 AGMs. And I know the law and I know the procedure. Let us go on with something which can stand the test of time and the test of legality. So what was proposed by the Nairobi chair, if there is no record on how the agenda was adopted, then dealing with agenda 1 will be a waste of time. And that is my position. You proceed to deal with agenda 1, agenda 2, agenda 3, agenda 4, agenda 5, and the new ones, but at the end of the day, if you have no record of how those agendas were adopted, then we are wasting time. That is my position. Thank you. Thank you.
Friends, we will have an orderly meeting, and I will bring to your attention Regulation 81. Sorry, Regulation 81. J. The President may call the attention of the meeting to continued irrelevance, repetition.
Mr. President, I don't seem to be having that as the
81,
as the law.
81I.
Sorry, 81?
81I.
Okay.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
The President may call the attention of the meeting to continued irrelevance, repetition, improper use of language, or breach of order on the part of a member, and may direct that such member to discontinue speech or to leave the meeting. We are not here on a contestation as to how many years of practice you have, or how much law you know, or whether or not the decisions here will be challenged. The reason why we have courts of law is to determine disputes. So if our decisions are challenged, so be it. But we must make decisions as the society, and as the chair, I have an obligation to regulate the meeting and ensure that it goes in accordance with the manner in which the law provides. Mr. Kopere, The agenda was adopted, and you will go through the Hansard, you will see the adoption. If you didn't see it,
I was present and I didn't see a poll taken for purposes. There was a proposal to adopt and a secondment to adopt, and a poll was called.
Alex Gatundu, the reason why I read
and that has not been taken. That is my position.
The reason why I read Regulation 81 was because of your continued disruption of the meeting.
It is not a disruption.
So
it's
not you, Mr. Kopere, you're not listening.
Madam Roslyn Odede requested that. PLO Lumumba requested to talk. He was not allowed. I have been trying for the last more than an hour and a half to talk. I was not allowed. Who is then being
okay, friends, if you are online, you will need to make good use of the time that is given to you. We are addressing item number 1. I will pass on.
And what I have said about...
Could you please mute Mr. Kopere? Madam Mbua, mute Mr. Kopere. Thank you. Yeah, give me the list. I need to see the other members who want to contribute.
And Mr. President,
after Cherogit, we'll take Eunice Mora, and then I need to balance the people who are speaking. Can you scroll down? I want to see another lady. Wait for your turn to be.
My hand is up, Mr. President. My hand is up.
Then there is Aaron. Is that Aaron Rotich, a lady? No, we'll take
Aaron
Grace.
is a man. That means my hand is up. Why are you searching for a female and I'm telling you my hand is up?
We'll take Grace Nyongesa. Okay, in that order. Allow Alex to speak, Eunice, then Grace Nyongesa.
Alex, you can speak.
He has gone to eat.
Fine, let's take Eunice as we look for Alex. And please, try and look for Alex. We want
Eunice,
representation from... Pardon?
Eunice is enabled.
Eunice, could we get your contribution on item number 1? Grace Nyongesa? Madam Mbua, could you enable those 2 members to speak?
Grace is enabled.
Grace Nyongesa, could you speak? Now, will anybody still maintain that there's a problem? I can see Grace Nyongesa typing there. What is it? Can you allow her to speak?
Mr. President, can I be heard? Am I being heard?
Yes. Karibu.
That is Nyongesa speaking.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, yeah, sorry, we were not able to get you earlier. Sorry about that.
Okay, Mr. President, thank you for allowing me to speak. I've had challenges logging in, and so are many members from Nakuru having challenges to log in. And when I logged in, there was too much noise. Yes, and can we have, when I came in, I could hear...
The ones to vote. And I'm asking to allow them to speak.
Mercy, you will stop sabotaging this meeting. Allow Grace Nyongesa to speak.
Press is open to speak.
Mr. President,
yes,
yes, when I came in, there was so much noise after I was allowed to log in. And I could hear Professor PLO and Linda Bonyo wanting to speak. Can we allow these members to speak, and Jacqueline Manani? Can we hear them speak? Give them the right to speak.
Okay, can you take Eunice? We've taken Eunice.
I'm waiting for the president to write.
Fine. We will close with the, what is her name? Jacqueline Manani? Jacqueline Manani, could you speak?
Thank you, Mr. President, for allowing me to speak. I just want to, first and foremost, because I know I might not be allowed to speak again, I think, Mr. President, you need to be a bit reasonable in this matter. In the last AGM...
No, Madam Jacqueline Manani.
Let me finish, Mr.
Just
President.
a minute. If you are taking the mic to condescend and abuse the chair of the meeting, will not permit that. Submit on your point.
Chairman, I've not finished my point.
Submit on your point.
AGM, you allowed us to have a poll, and the AGM went quite well. In instances where members, the majority voted for an issue, it passed. In instances where the majority did not, it failed. We are attending virtually because of the circumstances. The reason why we are not able to have a physical meeting is well known to everybody. Any person across the world knows that in a virtual meeting, the only way to know the views of people participating is by putting a question on the platform in which people participate and give their views. That is the only way we'll be able to know what the position of the LSK members is. Majority of the members are online. We are not there physically present. If you insist that those of us participating virtually cannot participate by voting or speaking unless someone lobbies for us to speak, then it means you'll be having a meeting of 300 people, in which case there'll be no quorum, and therefore the meeting will not be a legally valid meeting. Therefore, Mr. Chairman, if you want this meeting to be legally valid, you must allow us to vote virtually on every issue, including that agenda. And I want to agree with my senior, Mr. Tom Kopere, that even the past agenda items, second, third, fourth, and fifth, cannot be validly discussed unless the meeting is valid. And if you insist that we must proceed with those agenda items, despite our plea for those of us who are virtual, that we must be allowed to vote on that issue of whether the additional agenda items can be allowed into the agenda, then Mr. President would be out of order. And Mr. President, for starters, even the first issue of Abing Parker Randall, that is your stooge. That is your own auditor who you want to force upon the membership. And therefore, that is why we do not want to allow agenda items being added without us voting. Allow us to vote. You cannot force on us, Parker Randall, your friends, to do an audit on LSK affairs. Yes. Allow us to vote. Yes. You can't add agenda items. No way. You cannot add. Regulation 76(1) is very clear on that issue. We will not accept. Thank you.
Thank you.
Fine. Thank you. We have exhausted the contributions on that issue. We'll go to the next stage. And Madam Wambua, please don't allow anybody to interrupt the meeting, please. We will give every member an opportunity to be heard in accordance with the procedure we've set out. The rules of debate are set out in section 81. Now the agenda item number 1 has to be moved and seconded, and the manner of making decision is set out in regulation 82. The decision shall be made at the first instance by a show of hands. So, and we're going to take a show of hands of all members present and of all members joining online?
Yes.
Yeah, lower your hands now because we want to go to the poll on whether or not to approve the audit by those two auditors in the manner set out in the agenda as amended. The online show of hands will be verified at the tail end of this process. Now, who moves? I will move a resolution of the general membership be and is hereby made to approve the appointment of Grant Thornton as the Society's external auditor for purposes of auditing the accounts of the Society for the period 1st January 2020 to 31st December 2020, pursuant to Regulation 52 of the Law Society of Kenya, General Regulations 2020, and the appointment of Parker Randall East Africa to conduct the forensic audit of the accounts of the Society in terms of the engagement letter dated the 9th of November 2020, and table the forensic audit report before the annual general meeting of the Society for 2021. The question, do you say yes or do you say no? Those who say yes, the ayes.
Saying yes to. What are we saying yes to?
We are getting tired. Those online, the hands raised here are in the majority, so we're waiting for the hands online.
Read there, no. Majority is clear.
No, the hands.
We are only raising hands, BP, if we agree. Majority are saying no. Don't try and change the rules. The vote is no.
Can we take which hand? That voting is continuing online.
No, initially, in order to create a poll, that's the question of students were responding to.
It's okay. Yes.
I'm giving it another 1 or 2 minutes.
But that's not a poll.
No, Angela, People have to concentrate and follow the proceedings. Yeah, just giving them some time. And I hope you're watching the screen of the hands raised.
That's not a poll. Those are comments or polls. Guys, be serious. Where, can you put a proper poll?
Mr. President. President.
Are doing it by themselves because we had 90 people with hands up for deliberations. So when the question was put, it's now the time for members to decide whether they want to continue with their hands high or they lower it. So maybe we should have had a definite time and say now everybody whose hand was up before the question was put it down, and then now people start putting their hands up.
Order, friends. Order.
That's the honest
Madam Wambua, I hope you listen to what Professor Sienya said. I've looked at the hands, both here and online. The eyes have it.
No!
Mr. President, with all due respect, and I also want to urge the members. That
we will proceed to the next
it is a scientific process, Mr. President. Could we kindly, Mr. President?
Madam Wambua, could you read?
Mr. President, kindly.
No, you have to listen.
Mr. President, kindly. I'm on my feet, Mr. President. I'm on my feet, Mr. President. I think, Mr. President, we need to be clear as to the process within which we are trying to make this vote. Let the process be verifiable. No one is saying that the no or the yes are not going to take it. I kindly urge members, let us subject it to a very scientific process that cannot be challenged. Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to item number 2.
Mr. President, Alicia Ingati here. I wish for my dissatisfaction in how you have conducted that poll to go on record. You have failed to count the people who have voted yes or no on the online platform. So let that go on record. Aileen Aluso Ingati, P105-10769-14. I am not a part of that proceeding. Thank you. Mr. President, kindly, I've not spoken.
Mr. President, proceed.
I may be allowed to speak with your kind permission.
Mr. President, proceed. Go home. Proceed.
We will go to
Mr. President, I request politely to be requested to speak. I've not spoken.
We will go to the second item, which is
No.
the election of... No.
Mr. President, kindly create a poll for the members online.
Yes,
Mr. President, for authenticity of these proceedings, kindly create a poll. President, kindly create a poll for the members Listen to your members, who are the Mr. majority President. presidents.
Listen to your members.
Listen to us.
Fine. Let's go to agenda item number 2.
No.
Also note my dissatisfaction with how the poll has been conducted. I am online, this is Faith Odhiambo, and a majority of members have voted no, but the president has decided
No. President, kindly create a poll for the members online
A
to
majority of members have voted against the dictatorship, and the charts are clear, it can be read. Let it go on the minutes.
Madam Wambua, could you mute Faith Odhiambo?
No, you cannot mute Faith Odhiambo. I am speaking on behest of the membership, not on your behalf. I'm here for the members who voted for me, not for me.
Leader. President, proceed.
Okay, agenda number 2.
No.
Election of 6 members to serve in the elections board for the election of female member representative to the Judicial Service Commission.
To disregard the first agenda.
President, I'm sorry to take you back again. We seem to be engaging in an exercise in futility. we're engaging ourselves in an exercise in futility. It will be important that we listen to all members in respect of what they are submitting.
Point of order.
No. Everybody, let's maintain order in the House.
Mr. President, also can
We are on item
those
number
against
2.
to raise their hand.
We are
If you are
on
going to
item
go by
number
that
2.
board.
We are constituting a board for the election of female member representative to the Judicial Service Commission. Under Regulation 26,
Motion to disregard
under
the first
Regulation
motion.
26,
Point of order.
under Regulation 27,
Where's the mic?
the board is constituted of a chair who shall be a senior counsel appointed by senior counsel committee and 6 members having knowledge and experience in electoral matters and resolution of electoral disputes. Madam Katarina Handa will have one meeting. Akusala will have one meeting, please.
No.
Okay, fine. Now, order, friends. Let the Secretary General of ODM be. Maybe he's in the wrong meeting. Mr. President, I'm a member of this society.
Even you people who are standing up, Sifuna speak, Bwana. You must speak.
A person from security who is trying to stop members from getting into them, from discussing the meeting. The security guy is carrying a rungu, Mr. President, and he shall not use that rungu on members, Mr. President. Mr. President, you need to let this guy from security who is carrying a rungu to go out of this meeting. Sylvester Mbizi wants to disconnect my microphone with the employees in there. Just sit down. Mr. President, there is a guy with security who has a rungu and he was here. That rungu cannot be used on members. He should step out of this meeting because he's not a member of this society.
Edwin Sifuna.
Sylvester Mbizi, you will stop disconnecting my microphone. President Sylvester Mbizi keeps disconnecting my microphone and there is nothing you're doing about it.
Take your seat. This is an orderly meeting of the Law Society.
Yes. Hey.
Thank you. Thank you.
Sivuna kaa huko. That's right.
Point of order, Mr. President.
Friends, don't manhandle Edwin Sifuna. Let Edwin Sifuna be.
A point of order, Mr. President.
Okay, fine. Madam Wambua.
Point of order, Mr. President.
Okay, fine. I think we are now okay. Let's move on.
Mr. President, a point of order.
Okay, fine. Now, the chair of this board is supposed to be... Okay, friends, could we maintain some order? I know the majority are in favor of doing the correct thing. Yes. There are a few individuals who have come to disrupt this meeting. Yeah. No, just listen to me. Yes. Don't give them the benefit of disrupting this meeting.
What is the PC? I have
Okay, fine. Order. We have checked on the online system, and we can confirm that Edwin Sifuna does not hold a practice in so he will walk out of the meeting room. No, get off my face. Have you registered there? Fine. So we will do this. If they interrupt the meeting, don't join them. Please, I plead with you. If Edwin Sifuna interrupts the meeting, don't interrupt him.
Mr. President, I would like for you to go on record that it is not true that Sifuna is not an active member of the society. I am here on the portal and he is active as of 2020. The portal says he's active 2020 with 5 CPD points. Thank you.
Let's go on. Now, we will start with the chair of the board.
You are defending me and I'm losing clients because of that. Yes.
I have friends, will we maintain order? Mheshimiwa, let him be. Let him be. No, Angela, please put your hand down. You are a leader in this society. You cannot participate in these disruptions we are saying. No, you can't. No. Now, we received a letter.
President, correct the record.
Okay, friends, we received a letter dated the 14th of January 2021 from the chair of the committee on the Senior Council Committee appointing Joyce Majiwa, Senior Counsel, to be chair of the Elections Board for the election of the LSK member representative to the Judicial Service Commission. Now, we need to pick 6 more members with knowledge in electoral matters. We have a list of 7 members. Can you project the list of 7 members, Madam Wambua? Madam Wambua, could you project the list of the 7 members?
Shortly, President.
Mr. President, I still have a point of order waiting.
Madam Wambua, have you projected the list? We have a list of 7 members. We need to choose 6. The 7 applicants are as follows. Githogori Catherine Mumbi, a stroke 2013. Matanga Joshua Kuli, a stroke 2020. Bugwa Ellen Modoni, a stroke 2014. Nganga Lea Njeri, a stroke 2012. Nyarki Maria Goretti, a stroke 2000. Okech William Otenyo, a stroke 2009. Dr. Thionkulu Mudhomi, a stroke 2007. The Secretariat has brought to my attention an email dated the 18th of January 2021 from Goretti Nyarki Advocate, which reads as follows. Dear Mercy, I trust that this email finds you well. I hereby withdraw my expression of interest to serve in the committee of the JSC female member representative. Is Madam Nyariki in the house or joining online? Because I perceive this to be a withdrawal of expression of interest. Madam Angela.
I speak on behalf of Mary Goretti Nyariki. She communicated that she confirms that she is withdrawing her expression of interest, but she could not be here physically due to other commitments, last-minute commitments. But it can go on record that she has withdrawn her expression of interest to serve in the board, the election board.
Thank you, Madam Angela. I need to move the resolution, and I will move it. Okay. We are now left with a list of 6 members only. Could we please just be silent so that we make progress on this particular issue? May I move that the elections board for the election of the female member representative of the Judicial Service Commission be and is hereby constituted as follows. Chair, Joyce Majiwa SC. Member, Githo Gori Catherine Mumbi. Member, Matanga Joshua Kuli. Member, Mugua Eileen Mudhoni. Member, Nganga Lea Njeri. Member, Okech William Otieno. And member, Dr. Thionkolu Mudhome. Those in favor of that appointment can say aye. Aye. And raise your hands both on the online platform and in the house. Okay, the decision is made in accordance with Regulation 27, as well as Regulation 82 of the Law Society of Kenya regulations. We go to agenda item number 3. Madam Wambua, I hope you are minuting the resolutions. We'll sign them before we leave this meeting. We're going to election of 6 members to serve in the elections board for the election of members of the Advocates Disciplinary Committee. The background is as follows. The board is to be set up in terms of Regulation 27 to oversight the elections for that committee, which will be held under the preceding regulation, and part being election of council stroke representative statutory bodies. Madam Wambua, take us to the relevant page. Did we receive a letter from the chair of the Committee on Senior Counsel?
Yes, we did. There is a letter from Ahmed Nasir pointing.
It's okay, I've seen the letter. Friends, we have a letter dated the 18th of December 2020 from the, sorry, not 18th. We have a letter dated the 15th of January 2020 from the chair of the Senior Counsel Committee nominating Mr. Kenneth Akide, Senior Counsel, as chair of the Elections Board for the members of the Advocates Disciplinary Committee. Under Regulation 27, we need to appoint 6 members to serve together with the chair. Madam Wambua, if you could raise and share the list of the members who applied. Could you share the list of the members who applied? And if any of these members is present, we could identify them. Please just give them the mic so that I'm able to know who I'm speaking to. And Senator says you come in front so that you're seen as you speak.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nganga Leanjeri. I had tendered in my application to join this board for the Advocates Disciplinary, but having been appointed in the other one, I wish to withdraw my application in this particular board.
What happened?
Thank you. I've been appointed in the other one. Thank you.
Good afternoon, colleagues. My name is Mumbi Catherine Kidogori. I was also in the other board, and I was up for election and have been duly appointed. I would want to give an opportunity to other members to participate, so I wish to withdraw my application in this particular board. Thank you.
Good afternoon, friends. My name is Davis Macharia Mirara. Because I am not a person of the female gender, I was not on the other list, but I applied for this one. Davis Macharia, sorry, that's should be number 5.
Okay, thank you, Dennis.
Very well. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kuli Joshua. I also wish to withdraw my candidature, having been appointed on the other board, so that we can give another member an opportunity to serve. Thank you.
William Muteno Ketch, my name's. Similar sentiments, having been appointed in the previous one. I wish to withdraw so that other members can get an opportunity. Thank you.
Okay, fine. Let's make progress. With the withdrawal of those 4, we are remaining with the following. Abiero Brian Okoth, that's 1. Mirara